Salutations. I hope everybody that listens is keeping well. It's quite a cool day here. For a change, I had a decent night's sleep. It's amazing when you reach a certain age. The thing that you wish for the most is a good night's sleep. It's not a good time, quote unquote. No. You think of, oh, I hope I sleep well tonight. Sleep deprivation is so horrible. Anyway, is it a sign of wisdom when someone is capable of, I don't know, holding multiple opinions, points of view, two or more streams of consciousness, two or more perspectives, and not act upon it? You understand these two, three, 4 points of view. You understand them. You empathize them. Oh, I get you. I know where you come from. But wait. Wait. And they're like, no, why? Why wait? What do you mean, wait? You say, no, there's something missing. Logic is missing. I understand where you come from, but logic, the truth, it might be missing. At first glance, it sounds plausible, but thinking about it, digesting it, yeah, these 4 or 5 points of view, they seem plausible, but something doesn't smell right. So I'm gonna wait and see what happens. See, that's wisdom, I suppose. The ability to empathize with multiple points of view. I suppose you could call it critical thinking as well, but most people, I would say, they are trained in the false dilemma. They've been indoctrinated, to follow orders, and often there's only two options. One is worse, and the one is even worse than the first one. So one is bad, and the other one is worse. And they're like, okay, I only have two choices. I'll have to choose one. And they don't, say, just wait. Maybe something else will come along. Just wait. You see, I think Western civilization, as in the Greco-Roman civilization, is put to the test at the moment, is being put at the test. Let's see if it holds, right? There are attempts of breaking it down. The fundamentalists and the nutcases are, empowered at the moment, and they want to stop this thing called I don't know, logic and reason. They want to stop it. They want also to stop this idea of principles like love, beauty. As you might have noticed, art is ugly. Nobody knows what the beauty is anymore. Art is ugly. Yeah. Entertainment is ugly. Yeah. They are attacking the beautiful, you see. And the beautiful is part of Western values. The truth, the beautiful, the divine. The family unit, I don't know. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Why people don't get it. And I think it has to do with this failure of reasoning. Everybody, it's given the false dilemma to choose from. One is bad and the other one is worse, and they always end up choosing only from these two, and they don't want to think any further. Wait. Wait for another opinion. Wait for something else. I'm going to read a small paragraph here. It's about mythology, etc. It's really interesting. Plato, in the Republic, where the whole soul is compared to such a compositive animal as the chimera, the Scylla, or Kerberus. In some respects, the sphinx might have been an even better comparison. In any case, the human, the lion, and the Ophidian parts of these creatures correspond to the three parts of the soul, in which the human in us, or rather the divine part, should prevail, of which Hercules leading Cerberus would be a good illustration. You see, Hercules in all of these heroic figures, they are analogous of the soul, of the spiritual soul, you know? So Kerberus is the three aspects of humans, which is the body, the personality, and the spirit. So we have the chimera, which is a lion, a snake, and a goat. The Scylla, it's a sea creature, and Kerberus, the three-headed dog. And we have the Sphinx, which is missing the tail. I suppose the Sphinx had a tail at some point. You have the body of the lion, the same as the chimera, the head of the human, and the tail of a snake. Um, the Ophidian aspect, I think, is analogy for the personality, the slippery personality, the forked tongue, the seducer, the snake, the seducer. You see, you can see in the art of the peoples that live, for instance, around the Mediterranean, their gods used to be part fish because they was half Ophidian, half human, and half animal. Um, the mermaid also comes into mind. You see, the mermaid was half Ophidian, and the mermaid wanted what? True love. They wanted to experience true love. So the mermaid, when out of the ocean, the Ophidian part transformed into legs, but the pain was so much that she couldn't walk. You see, um, how the story goes. I think it's like this. Then the mermaid, she reaches the ball, and she asks the guy if he wants to, date her or something. And the guy on the spot rejects her. Crying, she just comes back and jumps back into the ocean. You know, I think that's how the story goes. Anyway, the Disney, they did a spin on that. They created something romantic, to sell tickets and brainwash people. In the past, it used to have a message. Yeah, know your place. Aren't you happy with your life? What is this thing of changing and wanted to change yourself in order to please someone else? No, be yourself, right? So of course he rejected her. She was not being herself. If she had presented herself as a mermaid, maybe he would have accepted her. If he was a kinky guy. Anyway, the moral of the story is be yourself, and everybody has a place. So everybody's destined for someone. So don't let your ego guide you. That sort of thing. Kerberus is a three-headed dog, the guardian sometimes of the hell or something like that, of Hades gates or something like that. Anyway, Hercules is a heroic figure. He is the spirit. And Hercules, what does he do? He guides the three-headed dog. So Hercules is the one that controls. Hercules is the puppeteer, you know, of the three-headed dog. So I also heard the Sphinx was built way before the pyramids. So I think the Sphinx was built along with Atlantis, along the time of Atlantis, you know, and when Atlantis sank, the um, the displaced peoples they started building around the Sphinx, you know, their Atlantis 2.0. They call it Kemet. All right, so I think I'm gonna shut up. Have a nice day.